Hey guys, I'm IzDaisho here bringing you some more Hearthstone. Just woke up, so a little bit sleepy, but yeah, we're gonna go ahead and play this game. It should look a little bit different than the last video I posted because now Hearthstone is officially out of beta, and with the latest patch, they just tuned a couple of things and made a couple animations. Actually, I think they made a lot of the animations look a bit different and sound a bit different and look, I don't know, a little cooler, I guess. The only actually balance changes they made for the game are not really relevant to the arena since it was Nat Pagal and Tinkmaster Overspark, and they basically nerfed those cards very hard. At first I thought that Pagal wouldn't be so bad, but when you think about it, essentially what they did is they made it, since now instead of at the end of each turn you have a 50% chance to draw, it's at the beginning of each turn. So they essentially made it draw one less card every time. So obviously, it gets better the longer it stays out, but a lot of the time, Pagal would only stay out 2 turns, and then it's just, I don't know, it's a lot worse. Alright, this opening grip is alright, not great. Generally, I would want a 2 and 3 and 4 and stuff like that, or at least a 2 and a couple of 3s, but just have a bunch of 2s, and that would be good if I was on the draw, but on the play it's not nearly as good. Well, that's a pretty good draw here. So hopefully I'll get lucky with this Mad Bomber and just murderize the Very Dragon. Well, almost got there, but that's okay. This looks different. This ability must have changed. It's like brighter and I don't know. Well, it would be really nice to draw something. He didn't even attack me. Interesting. Alright, well, I think I still just want to trade here. It would have been reasonable to trade there, but I think it's better this way. And that voice sounded different. I don't know. Everything has changed, man. Eagle Horn Bow. That's not great for me. He's just going to be able to eat that there. Oh, he's not going to. That was just another... Well, my opponent's being really aggressive, so I guess that's a thing. Don't really have anything good to play here. I could just play 2 2s. Kind of want to save the Geomancer for a better situation. He'll just eat it with his weapon, but I don't really have a better choice, and I'm only taking 1 damage here, so it's not that big of a deal. If he didn't have that weapon, that'd be great for me. But yeah, this is not looking good here. Opponent beating me down. Whoa, aggressive. Opponent beating me down is really bad for me. Hopefully I draw like a Mortal Coil. No, that was actually still pretty good. To be honest, I really wanted to play the Dread Infernal next turn, but this is my next best situation, and I think it was still worth playing. It just shows you that Felguard actually does have a downside at some point. And yeah, this Timberwolf is really getting me hard here. He would have had to hit with 2 creatures. But oh my god. If he's not going to kill this thing, then any spell off the top would just be insane. Yeah, he's not going to. Oh my god. Please. Give me anything. Damn it. I think I have to draw here. Sun Fury. Well, I guess I just hit a 1/1. Next turn, Dread Inferno is going to be able to come down and clear the board, but I am just way too low to beat a Hunter. My opponent was playing so aggressively this game. I just did not have the right kind of start to beat him, and that weapon really hurt. Savannah Highmane, you say? Yep, that's a good one. Alright, so 6. Yeah, I'm probably just dead. Right now I'm going to 1, but I don't think I have any healing in my deck. And I obviously cannot kill him. And if he's got anything, then I'm just dead. I only have 8 damage, so I would be hard-pressed to get it to 16 here. Yeah, does not look like it. Freezing Tramp, whatever. I'm dead. That was a really weird game. I don't really know what happened there, but I guess my opponent played a 2-drop into 2 1-drops in the first 2 turns before I was able to do anything, and he never came close to giving board position back up. So, kind of just lost a game where I felt I shouldn't have lost. If I had drawn spells in the beginning of the game instead of my shitty creatures, which I had a lot of spells, I definitely could have won that one, especially if I drew some Mortal Coils. But I mean, I had a couple of Mortal Coils and a couple of Demon Fires, as well as a Soul Fire, all of which would have been useful at the beginning of the game. And by the time I was even able to remotely take board control, he was way ahead. So that kind of sucked. And I mean, I would have been able to answer the Savannah Highmane reasonably well. I would have been able to just silence it and play bigger creatures than it and stuff. But it just did not work out. So I think I want to keep... I don't think I need the Geomancer. I was going to say I want to keep it because it's a pretty valuable card in this deck to just have. But since I don't have any... Since I don't have any spells in hand, then it just makes sense to toss it back. Hey, I drew it anyway. But again, I want to drop this Mountain Giant as early as possible. So I'm just going to draw this turn. And if I draw next turn as well, then I can drop it on turn 4. Hopefully my opponent doesn't do anything. Okay, he's got to play a 3-2, so maybe I'll just wait until turn 5 for this guy. Right, so if I play this out, then it'll be 7, and then next turn I can draw... I don't think I really have a choice. I can't take too much early damage, so I'm just going to play this out, and we'll play the Mountain Giant when we can play the Mountain Giant. Because if my opponent plays another big thing here, and then I just play Mountain Giant, then I could be taking a ton of damage before being able to do anything. Ugh. Stormpike. This is a tough choice. Maybe I should have just drawn last turn. Alright, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to draw, and then I'm going to play this out. And ship the turn. That way I can still play this next turn, and I have some power on board, so I can maybe trade with this or something of the sort. Taking some damage. Druid is not the best class to start taking early damage against, but it's also not the worst. Like, if I'm getting cards out of his hand that he's using to kill my creatures, then that's okay. Alright, this is a little scary, I admit. But I have a good turn here. I'm going to be able to just drop this thing, and I have my choice if I can of what I want to Soulfire here. I think I'm going to Soulfire this and just ship the turn. No! Geomancer was a key part of this strategy. I was going to play Geomancer and Shadow Bolt that next turn. But I still have Doomguard, so I can trade some cards for some tempo here, and I have this giant Mountain Bro. Yeah, I was expecting that guy to go into charge. Whoa! Hitting my dudes here? Alrighty. See, I've got... Alright. So, what I can do here... No, that's not going to cut it. Alright, hold on. I'll play this first, and then make it giant. No pun intended. Alright, bro. You got the extra 10 points of damage in that hand of yours? Or am I going to kill you in 2 turns here? It's funny, because this hand would be like perfect if I had plenty of life so that I could just play a 5-drop, draw a card. Looks like he friggin' does. Well, if he just attacks me, then I can play this Dread Infernal for some value. Down to 6. Oh god. Yeah, I have to actually hit this though, so that I'm not dead to another. I did not have him close to dead this turn. I have him dead next turn though. I had to hit there so that I wasn't dead to a swipe or a Druid of the Claw. Still might be. Ancient of Lore, gain 5. I think he's still dead. 17, 23, 28. He's at 27, right? So 17, 23, 28. My god. He's like, alright, I'll just draw a couple of cards here. There's no way I'm dead. So after that first disappointing loss, that one was kind of like grabbing a loss out of the jaws of defeat, or a victory out of the jaws of defeat. But yeah, that was an interesting one, because that's pretty much how it should have played out. At the beginning, I drew a couple of cards, extra cards than I probably should have, and which allowed me to get my Mountain Giant online and draw whatever cards I needed to be able to be victorious. I was a little surprised that my opponent hit my creature with the 3/5. I think his reasoning was he knows that it was going to die to the 8/8 the next turn, so he wanted to get some extra value out of it. But I feel like, especially with a Wolf Rider in hand, he wanted to just get as much damage as he could towards my face. I don't know if he had a swipe or a Druid of the Claw in hand, but seems like it would have been worth it. Alright, none of these cards are good for the opening turns. Playing as the Hunter, so that's always scary as a Warlock, because that means that my hero ability is really, really risky to go down that route, just drawing cards when your opponent's ability is to shoot you for 2. Often enough, you just get run over before you can even do anything. This hand is really bad, by the way. I didn't mention that yet, but these are 3 cards that I don't want to play, or that I like never want to see in my opening hand, and I got all of them. So I mean, there are definitely a bunch of hands like that in this deck, but I think in general it has a pretty nice curve. And I mean, drawing a Flesh-Eating Ghoul just goes to show you like exactly what I'm saying, is that it has a reasonable curve. So something like Flesh-Eating Ghoul off the top is not ridiculous, because there's a bunch of good 3-drops in the deck. So even though Flesh-Eating Ghoul isn't the best to play on curve, it's still fine. I think I'm actually going to play this Geomancer here, because I can't really afford to not do anything on turn 2. And if he does do the evil thing and play like a 2/3 or something like that right here, then I can still Soulfire it, so not the end of the world. Well, if he comes into a 3-drop, then that's probably really bad for me, unless it's a Raging Organ, or an Animal Companion actually. He can beat any of the Animal Companions with Soulfire. And hopefully I will discard... not that. Whatever. So now I have a 2/2 for 2 and a 3/3 for 3. Not great here. Well, hopefully he doesn't have a 3-drop and he just shoots me. And I'll draw, or hopefully my draw for the turn will be a 4-drop that I can play. Though I don't know how many 4-drops I have. I might only have like 2 or 3. Or even less. I know that I don't have very many, because I know I have 2 Hellfires, and it sort of like looks like a regular curve, so definitely isn't so bad. Alright, buddy, what you got here? What you got? Alright, I'm gonna get that out of here. Maybe that'll help speed up his decision making. For some reason I doubt it. Anyway, the new patches to Pagel and Tinkmaster. Not really sure what that's gonna do for the game, because it sort of seems like the Tinkmaster patch hurt the mid-range decks the most. because now they have almost no chance of competing with the all legendary decks and stuff. And I think that it really hurt the game because now stuff like Ysera and Cairn are just gonna see play in every deck. It's probably an explosive trap because that's what it usually is, but okay, it's a freezing trap. That's fine with me. Alright, so what should I drop here? A Knife Juggler and a draw, or just a Geomancer? I think a Knife Juggler and a draw is going to make a little bit more sense here. My god, if I play this, then my Geomancer will cost 7 instead of 2. I like it. Yeah, so I think Tinkmaster nerf makes it harder for people without legends, because once you get Tinkmaster, then you can kind of combat all your opponent's legends. It might also make stuff like Shaman, Rogue, and Mage, especially Shaman and Mage, better, because they actually still have access to 2 Tinkmasters in their polymorphs and hexes. It might make those classes a lot better for control decks. And the other thing that I'm expecting is that super aggro decks and super control decks are going to be the 2 things. The super control decks because mid-range decks are going to go away, so those decks can be anything now. And the super aggro decks because I just want to super aggro decks because they can beat the super control decks. So alright, so my opponent's pretty far behind right now. He's gonna have to have like a deadly shot and something to kill this. I don't know, there isn't even anything like that, but he could have like an explosive shot. I don't know. He's gonna have to work to come back into this game, and he doesn't have me down on damage. What did he do in the beginning of the game? Played an animal companion, and I played a Soulfire. God, that Soulfire was glorious. Basically just the best thing that could have happened. Oh my god, bro. What are you doing here? Unleash the hounds. What? Deadly shot. Alright, you got me. And an arcane shot. Hunter's mark. Sure. Alright, so he got rid of my advantage. Well, let's do this. Ooh, let's do this. Be a baller. I'm gonna hit this twice and not hit that. No! Oh my god, what are the chances? Oh, the absolute worst. Ooh, I like the new Enrage thing. It's all red in the background and stuff. Shut up, alarm. Sorry. I just snoozed it, so now I have to go in and turn it off. Oh my god, I'm gonna lose this game. Oh my god. This is the worst. And he's gonna have a removal spell for my 3/2 as well. I know. God. It should have been such a good play to play the Mad Bomber and then the Raging Worgen. I was going to enrage it once and then kill his guy, and it was going to be great. But then I just had to get the worst possible. Oh, no. It's just a little bit bigger than I can handle right here. Oh, no, this is bad. This is so bad. I think I just lose. Ugh. I think I actually just lose. I just lost this game because of that Raging Worgen hit. The worst. If I still had the 4-power thing, I would have been able to trade with his scavenging hyena. I guess it would have gotten bigger because he would have hit his guy, but I don't know. Those 2 turns really ended up working out for my opponent. Even though he didn't have the scavenging hyena that other turn, that deadly shot was necessary. He had to hit that creature. If he hadn't hit that creature... Well, actually, it didn't really matter. He would have just Hunter's marked anyway. But this sucks, man. And then my draws have been terrible. Although I can play the Mountain Giant next turn. But if he just, like, goes for my face and is able to remove my 3/2 here, then I'm just completely screwed. Okay, well, I mean... That's bad, not terrible. Hopefully I can draw a Mortal Coil or a Demon Fire here. There's 4 of them in the deck, or even a Shadow Bolt would be fine. So that's like 5 out of 18 cards. No, can't play my frickin' Mountain Giant next turn. Alright, well, that's good enough. And I'm definitely not drawing a card here. Definitely a pretty good top deck. So I basically had 33% of my deck would have really helped out there. But either way, I'm still playing from behind here, since he has board control and life advantage right now because of that silly turn. I mean, should I just have played it a little bit more conservatively? Probably. Just play the Mad Bomber first and then the Worgen. There's so much upside to playing the Worgen first, though. If he's just going to trade his creatures, then I am going to be so happy right now. Alright. Sure, you got it. Alright. Let's draw a Demon Fire here. Or Shadow Bolt. There we go. Okay. We're coming back here. Still don't want to draw any cards. Well, we want to draw cards, but we need the life. God. Of course, you got it. And my hand has been sucking for so long. Ooh, Drain Life. That's a good one. Would have been better last turn. But the reason why I say my hand sucks so much is because it was 3 cards that I could never play more than one of them per turn, and I can't use my hero ability. So I'm just like losing out significantly to my opponent. Unfortunately, I have to just hit this next turn. I can't go for the face, which is really what I want to be doing this juncture. Because my opponent's going to be able to hit me down to 7 here, and likely kill me the next turn if I don't do anything about it. No, well, that's not a big deal. Deadly Shot? No! Oh, that is a big deal. How does he have these perfect cards? Alright. Drain Life. Play a Boulder Fist Ogre here. Can still play the other 2 next turn. And if he doesn't have another perfect card for the situation, or if he doesn't kill me this turn, I might be able to turn the corner here. Especially if he misplays and like attacks me, or attacks my creature or something. Gladiator's Longbow, game. This is a sour one, man. Yeah, matched up twice against Hunter, which is probably the worst matchup possible, and this game was just complete garbage. Like I don't know. I mean, my opponent played it well. I'm not gonna take any credit away from him, but it just seemed like he had. I guess I mean that's sort of a sign of a player who's playing the game right. It sort of seems like they have the best card at every single point in the game because they know when to use their cards and stuff. But man, it just seemed like he drew particularly well. And the good old 4 rare no anything. Let's buy one more pack here. I've got 1025 gold, so it doesn't matter. I just keep buying packs, so that's why my gold isn't going above 1,000. Even though I complete all the daily quests. Alright, I think I have enough to those were all extras, so yeah, 90, sweet. Oh my god. New animations, guys. Awesome. I got a golden common, which I can disenchant too. I don't remember what it was. There we go. Dread Corsair. Don't need that. Alright, so the reason why I wanted to do this is because now I actually have enough to build the warrior deck. Let's just do it right now. Actually, I don't know exactly what cards are in it, but basically I needed, for Shield Slam, I needed Gromish and I needed Ysera, and now I can disenchant Pagel, disenchant Tinkmaster, and then build the other 2 guys, and I think those are the only big cards that I actually needed for this deck. I think I have everything else, but yeah, I'll go look up some lists and stuff, but pretty excited. This is a really fun deck to play. It's not that easy, but it should be exciting, and we'll see how it goes. So, let you know how the warrior control deck is going, and other than that, thank you guys for watching this video, even though it was garbage and stupid and annoying, and have a wonderful day. Bye.